Are you tired of missing profitable crypto trades? Well, today I'm sharing some of my personal best TradingView indicators and tools that can help you make money. I will also reveal some special settings and some special setups that most traders don't know about. But all right, so let's begin here by opening up TradingView. You can do that by going to tradingview.com. But if you for some reason hasn't gotten started with TradingView yet, I actually do have a special link that you can use to try out TradingView Premium for free for 30 days. And you will also get a special bonus if you later on decide to upgrade. I will leave that link in the description and the top comment. But now, let's start right away here by showing you guys the first tool. And to access the first tool, you want to go up right here where it says products, and then you want to go down to screeners, and then you actually want to head down to heat maps and press on crypto. When doing this, this will take you to this page right here. And this right here is a relatively simple tool, but nonetheless, it's very useful because by using this tool, you will basically get a bird's eye view of the market. So how this tool works is basically that the size of the squares here. So for example, you can see that Bitcoin has a very large square. And the reason for this is that Bitcoin has the largest market cap. So the larger the cryptocurrency is, the larger the square will be. So Bitcoin is the largest cryptocurrency, will have the largest square. Then comes Ethereum. In third place, I think it's Tether, USD, and fourth XRP, and so on and so on. So this is a very useful tool where you can get an overall view of the market because you get both the market cap, which is the size of the squares, and you also see the performance. So for example, you can see that Ethereum is down around 1.5%, Bitcoin is pretty much plus minus zero the last 24 hours, and so on and so on. But you can also, of course, if you want to change the settings here, you can of course do that. So for example, if you want to see how the crypto market has performed the last week, you can press right here. As you can see, amazing performance of the crypto market the last week. Ethereum is up 40%, for example, so that is amazing. You can also take a look at, how has it performed the last month, and you can see that the last month crypto has performed amazing as well, despite all of the geopolitical uncertainty in the world. But another setting you can change is that you can sort the size, as I said, by market cap. But if you want to have a more, equal view, you can choose mono size right here. So now every single crypto has the same size. This right here is not very useful in my opinion. I always keep it at market cap because this, in my opinion, gives the best overall view of the crypto market. But all right, so now let's take a look at our second indicator. And to do this, what you first want to do is that you want to open up a clean chart in TradingView. As you can see right now, as I'm speaking, I'm currently looking at Bitcoin here, and we are on the 15-minute time frame. So every candlestick on this chart represents 15 minutes, but you can use this indicator on longer term time frames as well. But now, the indicator we're going to open up, first of all, to open up the indicator, we go up to the Indicators tab, and what you want to search for here is simply MACD. Because what I want to show you guys, as you can see, first of all, when it comes to the MACD, we have tons of community-based indicators. Some are, in my opinion, very useful, while some are, not that good. But for this video, I actually want to open up the normal MACD, because we are now going to change the settings of the normal MACD. So to do that, we go down here to the settings button. You can see right here. And then you want to make sure that you navigate here to the inputs tab. So here, the standard MACD indicator works like this. In order to calculate the MACD line, which is the blue line of the MACD, and the normal way to do this is to take 1226 and to use exponential moving averages. But for this setting, we're going to use a much faster one. So the fast length will now be based only on 3 periods, and the slow length will be based on 10 periods. And we also actually want to change the EMAs here. You can see the standard MACD use exponential moving averages for the calculations. But for this special setting, we're actually going to switch both of these to SMA. As for the source here, one thing you can do is that you can use the open, high, low, close. So O plus H plus L plus C divided by 4. This will change the calculations a bit here so that the MACD, instead of just taking the close, it will take the open, high, low, and close in consideration when making its calculations. Last but not least, let's change here the signal smoothing to 16 and press OK. So now we will have a pretty different MACD. And here, there are tons of different ways we can use the MACD. One of my favorite ways is to use the MACD to trade pullbacks. So what I look for these particular settings is that I'm looking for a strong momentum move. The MACD basically measures momentum, and when we see a strong momentum move, like for example right here, you can see this momentum is far higher compared to the previous bearish momentum readings. This is a potential opportunity to look for a pullback. So right here, as you can see, strong momentum, then we see a pullback in the price. And this is an opportunity to try to find some opportunity. For example, right here, it looks like we had some sort of bearish engulfing pattern, right? So this could have been a potential entry. Yet another common method to use the MACD is to look for divergences. So you can see that after we saw this pullback, we actually saw another impulse move down. But now the price printed one low right here and then a lower low, while the MACD went in the opposite direction and printed higher lows. This right here is what we call a bullish divergence and indicates a potential reversal to the upside. So using the MACD to trade pullbacks and reversals are two strategies. We also have many more ways to use the MACD, but I don't have time to go very deep in this video. But luckily, I do have a full MACD course right here on YouTube. So I will make sure to link that video up in the video card and the description down below. So make sure to check that one out after this video. But right, so now let's take a look at our third indicator slash tool. And this tool is super useful, so make sure to really pay attention. So first of all, how do we open up this tool? Well, once again, we want to go up here to the products tab in TradingView, and now we want to go to screeners, and then we want to go to crypto coins. You can see that we also have something called crypto pairs, and this is basically when we measure the cryptocurrencies in other cryptocurrencies. So think about things like Bitcoin measured in Ethereum and so on and so on. So that is why we want to choose the crypto coins right here. And just like that, you can see that we have the crypto screener right here. Now, first of all, I simply just want to reset it so it looks, like it does from the beginning. So first of all, as you can see here to the right, we have all of the cryptocurrencies. We have Bitcoin at the top, followed by Ethereum, Tether, and so on and so on. And you can get tons of useful information. So you can see things like the price, the change the last 24-hour, market cap, volume, circulating supply, and so on and so on. So you can get lots of important information just from the overview, but you can also dive deep into performance, valuation, addresses, transactions, gains and losses. There are so much here. But that is not the only function with the screener. One of the main sort of use cases with the screener is to choose your own filters and your own settings to find, for example, maybe you are a breakout trader and want to find the potential breakout trades. Then you can use the screener to filter out potential breakout stocks. So for example, let's take a look at a quick example of settings. So let's think about that we are a breakout trader. By the way, guys, if you want to learn more about breakout, I recently put out a video about that. So I will make sure to link that one up in the corner so you can check that one out and perhaps even combine with this video. But now, let's do an example of a breakout trade. So a few things we're looking out for when it comes to breakout is first of all that we want to have an increase in volume. But luckily, we can actually filter on volume changes. You can see it says volume change right here. And we can either choose a pre-made filter or we can set it up manually. So let's say here we choose the volume the last 24 hours, above and value. And let's say that we want to see a volume increase of over 50%. And then we can choose 50 right here and press on apply. So now we will only see the stocks that have, the cryptocurrencies that had seen a volume increase of over 50%. But let's say we want to also, in order to see a breakout, we also want to see a price increase. So let's say that we only want to find the cryptocurrencies with 10, or let's actually choose 5% and above move. Then we choose 5% and above. And now, as you can see, we will only find cryptocurrencies that have strong increases in volume and increases in price. So you can find the cryptocurrencies, for example, right here. This cryptocurrency has gone up with over 200% in the last day. This cryptocurrency has gone up over 175% in one day. This one in over 40% in one day, and so on and so on. But last but not least, we can actually choose another filter. So you can see that we have pre-made filters, but we can also add an additional one. So let's say we want to add the technical rating. So this right here, you can click show definition to get a, exact definition. But it's basically a combination of different oscillators and indicators that TradingView have created. So if we choose technical rating here, settings day 1, then we can choose here that we only want to show the cryptocurrencies that has a strong buy rating. So now we have filtered down, we have volume change, we have price change, and we're only showing the strong technical ratings. So now you can see we don't have many cryptocurrencies yet, but here we have a nice filtered list. All right, so last but definitely not least, I want to show you guys a very powerful indicator. So now we're looking at Bitcoin, but now we are on the, you can see we are on the 1 hour time frame. But once again, you can use this indicator on shorter time frames and even longer time frames like the daily. But now to open up this indicator, you want to go to the indicators tab, and then you want to search for chart patterns. And as you can see, we have an indicator right here that is called all chart patterns. So you do want to open this one up. And now, first of all, if this indicator doesn't load for you guys, that is probably because I think this indicator is currently only available for TradingView Premium. But as I mentioned earlier in the video, luckily I do have a link, a special TradingView affiliate link that you can use to get 30 days TradingView Premium, and also if you by the end of the period decide that you want to upgrade, you will get a nice $15 bonus with that link. So if you want to follow along with this video, definitely make sure to use that link. It will be in the description and the pinned comment. But now we have the indicator open, but as you can see right now we are not seeing any patterns. So let's actually go to settings here and let's choose all patterns right here, so we don't just see the last patterns displayed. And to demonstrate, let's uncheck all the patterns except the rising and falling wedges, because this this indicator detects so many patterns, so it can be hard to even show how this indicator works if we have all patterns selected. So let's just choose rising wedge and falling wedge, at least for now, and press OK. So now you might wonder, what does this indicator even do? Well, what it simply does is that it automatically detects chart patterns and also automatically finds target levels. So for example, right here, you can see that the indicator automatically detected a falling wedge. A falling wedge is when the price is printing consecutive. Let me actually change color here. You can see that the price is printing both lower highs and lower lows, but the range here is getting tighter and tighter. So this indicator detected this pattern, it detected the breakout, and it locked in some nice profit right here. The opposite pattern is the rising wedge. This is when we're printing consecutive higher lows and consecutive higher highs, but the range here is getting tighter and tighter. It automatically identified this pattern, the breakout, and locked in some profit right here. So this is an amazing indicator that you can use to automatically find chart patterns. But as I said, this indicator is only available for premium. So if you want to learn how to identify chart patterns on your own, luckily I do actually have a full chart patterns trading course here on YouTube as well. And I will make sure to link that video up in the video card and the description below. But right, so now when you know about some of my favorite TradingView indicators for trading crypto, now you are ready to dive much deeper. So if you have the time, I actually highly recommend to check out my full crypto trading course. Simply click or tap on the screen right here to get access to it right now.